went on.
Tested it and everything.
We made sure. And then we didn't plug anything back in.
We unplugged it all.
We plugged everything. We plugged everything.
That's how Steve Albini works.
That's what.
He gets
do you think that anyone's ever been doing a podcast and like, you got any plugs? And someone's like, oh shit! I fucking forgot to put the USB in. I got some fucking plugs. How about a reminder before we start recording? To plug the microphones in.
You're just at someone's apartment recording a podcast. You're like, also, do you have any plugs? And they're like, yes. And they start talking about their projects.
You got,
and then
like,
you're
Firewire?
like, no, I need a 3-prong right now. My laptop's about to die.
A 3-prong?
3-prong outlet.
Oh, okay.
For a charger. I'm going to the wall. I'm talking plug into the wall.
Let's plug into the wall, baby. This is the wall radio hour.
You're here on, you know what, let's go for an odd reference. You made it weird with Pete Holmes. Reggie Watts, do you have any plugs? And then he's like...
So many.
He's like, I don't want to say the name of the guy on air. But... if you need weed.
I thought you meant all of his different sound equipment.
Oh, yo, I guess I picked a bad example.
Racist, too.
Doug Bent. Hey, he's all kinds of stuff.
He's a French, Haitian,
Doug
German
Benson,
guy.
do you have any plugs?
Not on air. Doug Benson loves movies, not snitching. Shut up.
No, Eric was saying that you want to tell the people about the background photo on your computer?
Oh, well, I was trying to save a picture of like a classical painting of a pretty lady. I have weird taste.
I walk in and Eric's laptop's open and it's just an old painting of a woman.
And I was trying to save it because I enjoyed the painter.
It's just like, it looks like it's me, the artist's wife.
Yeah, that's probably what it's called. The artist's mistress, the artist's maid.
No, she doesn't even have mistress qualities. She has wife qualities.
She has maid qualities.
She could be a maid.
She's a maid woman.
Maid woman yearbook. How often are in the Italian community are they like, my grandpa's a maid? And then people are like, what? And you're like, sorry, I had to look up man.
Yeah, you're hanging out at like
he's a made man.
He's a made man. Oh shit, don't fuck with him. He's like, no, I mean, worst he's gonna do is not take out your trash.
He's a made man.
Worst thing he's gonna do is not Windex your bathroom.
We're talking to some maids, man.
We're talking Windex, Clorox.
Some nice beat poetry from Long Island in the 60s. All these made men were out here looking like some kind of made man, cleaning up the trash.
Boo.
They're like, yeah, we're going to cut this part from the intro of The Departed.
All of a sudden, like, did you ever change what your mouse looked like?
It's just a screenshot of Stacy Keibler from wrestling.
Did you ever change like what your cursor was?
No, but that's too small to jack off to. I wouldn't have.
Well, that's just so that no matter what, you're still looking at tits. Like, you turn your cursor into a tiny pair of tits. So
that'd be cool. I'm surprised Pornhub didn't do that.
Just automatically, that's what Pornhub Premium is.
Pornhub Premium is the load screen. It's a boob spinning.
Just boobs spinning around.
Yeah.
It takes twice as long to load because they got to render the boobs
in real
time.
Pinwheel.
And why do the ads never have to buffer? Why don't they make the whole video out of ads?
Andy Rooney. Maybe you could start a thing for Pornhub. You're like, you're Andy.
Where'd all these keys come from?
You're Andy Pooney. Andy Pooney.
Andy Rooney.
And why do they put the finishing part in the thumbnail?
And why do they
Spoiler alert.
Listen, they come on her face and then the video just ends. Don't even have time to appreciate it.
Toss them a towel. And then they have like B-roll of a towel being thrown.
With sound effects that don't match. Like a fucking 90s fight scene from a movie. A punch sounds like... I don't even know what I'm saying.
There should be a section called twist endings. Because if I want to, sometimes I want to see Bukkake. I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
I want to go into it thinking, well, what are these other fellas
What are all
doing?
these other guys up to? Why's the grip in the shot? Nude.
Dude.
Nude dude.
Oh, I thought you said dude. Just
Now Andy Rooney's doing some beat poetry. He's been spending time in Newark.
Andy Rooney watching. Dude.
I need to find that Andy Rooney book and just do his bit. Just every... Because, like, that book was great because every section was so small. And I was like, you got a whole thing on 60 minutes out of this?
Yeah.
It's like a page and a half long.
He's one of those people where it's like, it's like, oh, you should transcribe. Hunter S. Thompson wrote the great books on his own typewriter. Yeah. It's like you should do that with Andy Rooney to appreciate how small of an idea you can have.
You can really stretch it out.
Wait, I typed one sentence.
I just wrote down keys with an exclamation mark and a question mark.
Key, they call it a key ring, but I'm losing it all the time.
I've never lost my wedding ring.
They should make a phone ring.
Why don't they ring me up when I lose my key ring with a phone number that's for my keys?
It's Andy Rooney.
Why can't I call my keys?
It's the late 90s, and it's like the Comedy Cellar. And it's like, ladies and gentlemen, Patrice O'Neill, give it up for him again. All right, everybody, we got a surprise guest coming in.
You might have seen him on 60 Minutes.
Then Andy Rooney just goes out
shambles on stage.
Spray deodorant.
Spray? I don't want to spray. What am I, a cat in heat? What do I want to...
Do I really want cheese and deodorant coming from the same...
From the same receptacle? I only eat spray cheese.
All right, everybody, that's my time.
I only use
coming
spray
up next,
cheese.
Greg Giraldo.
I spray cheese, but I wipe deodorant. Most people wipe cheese.
I wouldn't have a slice of deodorant. What's next? Bagged, shredded deodorant?
What's next?
Body
a
pizza?
Fiesta-style blend of deodorant?
Louis C.K. is just waving a light in the back of the room.
Frantically, just waving his pager.
It's the late 90s, so I'm just the MC right now.
Just waving his pager in the air, clicking the button that makes it light up on the side.
Yeah, was there ever, you think that was a thing where it was like...
I need you to go upstairs and page me.
No.
So it'll light up.
No, in the 90s, you had people... they're holding out. They're like, oh, I have a light, an actual light, to signal to the comic to get upstairs. Yeah, or like if there's a flashlight that we keep in the back of the room.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, some guys really thinks he's real cool and he's got a pager.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'll just make the pager blink. And then it's like a problem because no one can see the light. And then it's arguments all the time.
Do you think they're
then 3 years later, someone's like, oh, my cell phone has a flashlight on it. And then that pager guy's like, I fucking told you all.
Do you think there were any bands in like the 70s, like a if Richard Belzer like transitioned into like being in like a Loverboy type band?
Yeah, he's in Loverboy.
And then they're doing a ballad, and everybody's got their light up, and he's like, guys, we gotta wrap this up.
We gotta get the fuck off stage.
We're never gonna play Merryweather Post Pavilion again.
These people do not like Stairway to Heaven as much as we assumed.
We're all out of time, folks.
Halfway through the song.
Anyways, guys, I got about half the song left, but I'm just gonna leave it there. All right.
The bustle in the hedgerow. I'll see if you got a bustle in your hedgerow.
We're only halfway up the stairway,
Jimmy
but I gotta
Page
get
is
out of
just
here.
sloppily doing a real quick guitar solo.
And there we go, folks. Quick drum solo. We gotta do something to wow him before we get out of here.
Get off stage. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know why you let the entire audience run the clock. I'm gonna start doing that at comedy. Like, if you're, that'd be great. You're a big star.
Just start running the light.
No, you're a boy.
You should do that.
I do that. No, you go out. You just find someone in the crowd, and you're like, "Hey, can you light me at 45 minutes?" Like, what? Like, yeah, when I walk on stage, start a timer, and then light me at 45 minutes.
Hey, will you film this for me?
The first ever stand-up special, shot entirely by begrudging fans.
Well, Dave Attell did that, unfortunately.
Well, he did that, and then also the Beastie Boys did a thing where
that sucked, though.
They had a bunch of cameras to the fans.
That sucked, though.
It did suck. Someone is like in that. There's like a
Dave Attell's is all right.
Dave Attell's in that.
Dave Attell's it.
Dave Attell's going, no sleep till Brooklyn. He's in the audience.
Andy Rooney's there.
Andy Rooney's rapping.
It's a long train ride. Why can't I sleep on the train ride to Brooklyn? It's an hour and a half from Manhattan.
If I don't sleep by the time I get to Brooklyn, my Nana will comment on the bags under my eyes.
I'm 85 years old. All my eyes are bags.
Bags of wisdom.
Bags of waste. I need 4 pairs of glasses to see.
No, that's why old people are so weighed down. It's because they're carrying all that wisdom.
They're just so bogged down.
Yeah. I like how old people and fruit age similarly. They just sort of shrivel.
Fuck, you're talking
like you have an old apple fruit.
Oh, okay.
An old piece of fruit and a human.
They're about the same.
They age similarly.
They get real gross.
They get mushy. Flies start hanging around them. They bruise easily.
I was watching some X-Files the other night.
If you drink your grandma, you'll get a buzz.
Put it in there with some honey.
Yeah, she'll get a little bit of a buzz going if you leave your grandma in a bag too long.
Do you remember what happened when I tried to make that meat? Well, I did it successly 2 times.
Well, didn't it explode all over your... Yeah, it'll do that.
Almost murdered me.
Yeah. Well, it's because you get a big pressurized jug of a thing that can become shards. It's always bad when you're like, well, this thing could explode. Better put it in a
glass
in a receptacle
jar
that is both delicate and dangerous.
I still remember when I was moving out.
It's okay, I put it in my outward facing knife box.
I can't remember why, but when I was moving out, I told the guy who owned that building that story. And about how I was like, there was fucking goop. Because it went from literally
goop everywhere.
One end of the building to the other, which is very small. But
yeah.
Still pretty far.
Well, it's huge pressurized
for goop.
Honey juice.
For goop and glass to fly that far.
Yeah.
It's pretty far.
Yeah.
And I told him that story about how it happened. I don't remember why. But he was like, phew, you're lucky I'm a nice guy. And I was like, fuck are you talking about? I cleaned it up. I don't understand what you mean. You're lucky. Like what? Were you gonna make fun of me?
No, he was ready to clean it up too. He was gonna.
You're lucky I'm a nice guy, or I would be roasting your ass right now. What an idiot!
Making mead. Somebody's got his pantaloons on too tight.
Making prison wine in my house.
Bruno.
Full of ex-cons.
I was on stage there and someone wouldn't stop talking about prison wine.
Just was it related to what you were saying, or was it just a sidebar?
They misunderstood a thing I said. It's one of those heckler moments when they're like, I heard one word wrong. So I'm going to make that the next 5 minutes of the show.
Yes.
No, and he thought I was doing my classic bit about hot oranges.
Oh, and he thought that was... And that's how you get your sense of taste back. I don't know if you've been seeing that. Hot orange is trending.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Whoa. If you get your sense of taste back, if you've been like listening to the Strokes too long.
If you've been to one too many emo nights in the past 2 years.
If you're one of those people who's like, I just do what's comfortable. You need to figure out how to fucking dress again.
Yeah. You've been wearing sweatpants for the past 2.5 years, then you need to eat a hot orange.
The goatee's funny.
No, it's a joke.
No, it's you're a joke.
You're a joke.
Hey, how's that for like a mean Andy Rooney?
You're a joke.
If you've got a mustache as a joke, you're the joke.
This is just like Andy Marr Rooney.
Bill Maher one of the last like
Hooker guys?
no like
proud hooker guys?
no the last baby boomer like radical guys, because you had those baby boomer radical guys who were like, we talked about this before, but they were like,
can he kickflip?
no before kick flipping. No, those people who were like, yeah, I'm cool, I'll go to a black strip club with the sisters.
Yes.
They're like, no, I'm a ace, daddy-o.
He probably is one of the last ones whose radicalism included misogyny.
Yeah, but like, it's that thing where they were like, I'm not racist. It's like, you're the most racist person here.
You only fuck black prostitutes.
Yeah, like, how could I be racist?
How can I get a slave?
How can I be racist? I'm wearing a big fake afro, and I've got a fucking pleasure. What are those things called? Pleasure suits? Leisure suit. Leisure
It's not He's not that old.
It's Bill Maher, big fake afro zoot suit.
Bill Maher
1983.
Lived through the Great Depression.
No, zoot suits were like the Latino population, and they were protesting World War II and the rationings of everything.
Yeah.
So they were like, hey, for the war effort, no, everybody's got to have tight pants. No slack in the crotch, fellas.
Oh yeah, they're like, we need all the fabric.
They're like, we need all the fabric, and then the zoot suit folks were like, fuck that, fuck your country,
I look
fuck
cool.
this war.
I look awesome.
Give me the biggest goddamn pants
I
you
look
can get.
so rad. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's what 50 Cent in G Unit's message was.
Yeah, I got so many jeans.
Fuck the Afghanistan war.
I'm wearing 2 pairs of jeans.
I'm wearing baggy pants. No, that is what zoot suits were. And then the zoot suit riot was a bunch of military people being like, we need that fabric.
Give me the pinstripes.
And then the zoot suit people being like, punch me. And then the military guy would punch him, but then the zoot suit guy would reveal that he had his body to the side.
Yeah, the whole time.
Because the zoot suit, you don't know where he's coming from. Here,
just punch right through. He's a very skinny man.
He's doing
his body inside around it.
He's looking like MC Scat Cat doing a dance inside of it. That's where David Byrne got the idea.
Yeah, is David Byrne not a patriot?
David, that's true.
They needed that shit for the fucking
The
Iran
Cold
Contra.
War. It was the Cold War.
They needed that shit for Argo.
Yeah.
Or whatever Argo's about.
No, man, it was the middle of the Cold War, and then David Byrne's out there. He's like, I'm cold excess fabric.
I'm cold too.
It's like, give it to the goddamn military, David. You're letting the troops go by as the shivers rolling down.
I think the troops should go by.
Hey. Salute as the troops go by, but by is spelled with an E at the end.
E?
Like that a guy with a podcast, he's the default Joe and not the president.
Yeah. Yeah, if it had been like Mark Obama.
It's the 80s and you're like, Ronald. You're like, you talking about Rockin' Ronald? the DJ who plays all the hits?
The DJ on 97.1, all killer, no filler?
Yeah. I'm worried about Nixon. The baby Cynthia Nixon? You're worried? You're worried her red hair will stop her from a career in both acting and politics?
You're right.
How often on the island were like, they got some executive...
Some guy overpacked.
No, they got some fancy chef out there because they only want the best of the best. Yeah, they got Emerald out there, and then he's just getting he's like, all right.
Boom.
Boom. Shivers. He's back in the line. All of a sudden the orders are coming through. He's like, all right, we got a salmon special. What are we cooking? 5 chicken nuggets. 5 5 chicken nuggets, 1 tuna steak. All right. Next order: chicken nuggets and filet mignon.
Fries, no salts.
Next order: hot dog and shrimp bouillabaisse. Next order:
mac and cheese and
mac and cheese and another side of oh, that one's for Trump.
oh, that was for Trump.
He eats like a
And
child.
a plain burger, no bun.
That would be great if like that all of that story does come out, and then the liberal media just has to be like, yeah, Trump was eating mac and cheese.
What a baby.
At least Clinton had fucking a salmon tartare. No, that side of ranch wasn't for him.
There's no way.
It was for the girl.
It was for the young girl he was with. She was afraid to order for herself.
I like to think that moment just made some listener go, wait, are these guys conservative?
No, I think we should do it, man. Let's go full on like QAnon, fucking like.
I mean, I'm already, every time someone's mean to Joe Rogan, I flare up. Because I'm like, hey man, it's not cool to bully a guy for being curious. I don't like when people are mean to nerds.
Yeah, he's just a nerd.
He's just a nerd. I gotta show you this thing. You wanna come over here and watch this? I'm surprised that worked.
We got another comedy.
You're gonna love it if it plays.
Are you ready for your next comedian coming to the stage?
Comedian.
I filmed this and witnessed it, and then I sent it to Jax. And this is a Jax and Dan collab.
Oh, okay. This is a little collab.
Are you ready for your next comedian coming to the stage?
Is this gonna be who I think it is that is bringing it up?
In the building, and tonight is her first time. Yes! I am a black host, and I get to pop some white virgin comedians. It's on stage. It's on stage. She look like your big ass ain't fucking me. I know. Me. She's a virgin comedy. Okay, but we'll settle down. There's no penetration. Okay.
He just will not stop digging, will he?
I know these two are ready for it, but everybody else is not. We got another comedy version coming to this.
What's wrong with this man?
You get to pop 2 cherries in one night.
And tonight it just happened to be, I guess I'm bisexual now because I'm popping Raymond's cherry. And now I'm going to pop her cherry. It just sounds so good. I'm going to say it one more time.
I know you're all clearly uncomfortable.
Her cherry. Look at him, he's on it. You better watch him when y'all leave. This mother said we have the meat. See, I'm just talking about comedy. Somebody just really want to fuck you, man. Just stand in there and eat. They are my protection, so y'all mad, y'all motherfucking in this, alright? Are we in agreements tonight? Yeah. I know that wasn't loud enough.
This man is a lunatic.
Agreements tonight. Alright, put your hands together, keep clapping. Coming to the stage. We have our next comedian. It's our first time on stage. You for all your love and your energy. Miss Crystal Betsy.
Oh.
That girl's name was like Crystal Bixley or something.
They just called her Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal Pepsi.
Speaking of doing visual gags on an audio format, I was...
Isn't that insane though?
That is fucking absurd. Did that really go on for as long as that?
Yeah,
went
it
on,
was
or
2.5
Jax's
minutes.
Editing.
No, it was 2.5 minutes, and then she went up for her first 3.5 minute set.
I was at work the other day, and there was this person came in who used to come out to shows. She was friends with this dude who looked a lot like me. Like at the time, we looked sort of like Irish twins, but I've since.
What does Irish twins mean?
Like you have a kid, then you just immediately get pregnant again. Irish people don't believe in birth.
Oh, so it's two twins.
It's a racist joke.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Prejudice, not racist. Since it's white.
I think of the Irish as a race.
I'm not prejudiced against
last
them.
place in the race.
But I've since lapped him. Now I look like his drunk uncle. But
Yeah.
no, we still kind of look alike. And
That's the thing with babyface people. It's like
yeah, one of us is gonna hit the wall.
you're like 20 and you're like, I wish I looked older, and then you're 25 and you're like,
Yeah, I look 40.
I look 90.
I look so old.
I went a little too fast.
Yeah,
there.
I really caught up quick.
Yeah.
Didn't I? Jesus. And yeah, she was like friends with that guy, and she was asking me like, do you still do stand up? I'm like, no, not really, whatever. And she was like, I always, because he's got a show on Art FM.
Oh.
She was like, I always thought it would be funny since you guys look so much alike to have you guys both on the radio show. And I was like, I don't know how that would like work. It's like, we don't really even need to actually look alike for that to work. And she was like, no, but you guys look just alike.
We don't even need to be in the studio. No.
She just kept being like, no, but you look exactly alike. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like an audio thing. We don't sound
No, but
alike.
you could make a poster.
She was just very into this idea of how funny it would be if two people who looked alike.
That would be great. After shows, I'm just going to find someone in the audience with a mustache and give them my green jacket and then be like, go stand by the door, please.
Can you sell my CD?
And then I'm going to leave.
Sell my CD.
Yeah.
Shake some hands, kiss some babies.
Yeah. Kiss all those babies here with politicians for a night out.
I have to carry the baby with me everywhere I go.
That would be even wilder, is if like, because the whole Epstein thing was like, oh, it's like like 14, like the people he was taking out with him. Yeah. Not like he was going out on the town, but like that equivalent, like that Virginia Roberts Capri person was like 17, yeah. And he would take her to like parties. Yeah. But it's like just even like the next guy's like, they're like, oh, I like going to Maxwell Robertson's parties. Too many 8-year-olds running around.
Way too many. I'm not a big kids guy.
Like, we're trying to have a classy party. Some kid keeps throwing olives at me.
All these cool masks.
Yeah.
I got prosciutto stuck in my beak.
That would be cool to have a big old beak.
I think it'd be cool to have some prosciutto.
Hey, you think I was watching a Hotel Hell, and Gordon was doing the old black light situation, and then
He's ever flipped it on and just looked at his own pants and been like, cut, 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 cut.
God.
This place is filthy. I lay down for 5 seconds, and my pants are covered in jism from the inside to the out.
Our customer service here is great, Gordon. Then he flips the lights on. The guy's covered in cum. Gordon's
I
like,
told you it was great.
You weren't joking. Now he flipped on the light and he's like, there's semen everywhere. But it's like, Gordon, what, do you want people to not fuck in a hotel? Like, that's the opposite problem.
Yeah, like if you flipped it on and there was no semen, you'd be like, well, what's wrong with the environment here?
He's like, I'm trying to show you, you have no vibe, no decor. Look, there's no cum anywhere.
No, not a drop of
In
semen.
a normal hotel, once a month, someone fucks on a table.
This remote should be ultraviolet.
This thing should glow in the dark. That's right, because I worked at a hotel, and I remember I would do like room service, and everything's all individually wrapped and everything. Because you never know what people are gonna do.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, why are the batteries on the remote being changed out each time?
Because they put them in their ass.
I guess so.
Put them in their ass end to end so they get a little...
That's how businessmen have so much get up and go. No, man, Joe Rogan he's just trying to learn.
He just wants to learn.
Just because he has that accent.
Just because
Where he's like, hey, use guys.
Just because he has a mental disability.
What was it like being in the used?
You've been in
Used guys. What's it? What was the emo revolution like?
Gerard Way is his cousin.
I know.
Yeah, you should be talking about that.
I don't know. I'm going Joe Rogan like a Bronx fucking trucker accent.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, use guys.
Joe Rogan.
Tell me about the Warp
I'm
Tour.
here to
The Warp Tour.
I'm here to fuck my dentist wife.
Do you think bands ever signed up for the Warp Tour and then they show up for the first day and they're like, all right, here are your laser guns and space suits. They're like, what?
It's a traveling laser
we're going
tag.
we're going to the Warp Tour. It's a space thing or something.
I don't know.
I didn't think this bit through. You got that guy who rides Clifford the dog. He's a hero of mine.
From the books?
Yeah. They should make Clifford books for adults.
It is a big dog. It could be a big book.
Yeah, they should make one where Clifford goes to war.
Clifford. Clifford goes through puberty.
Yeah, like a bridge collapses and then Clifford has to stand between both sides of the road. And people walk across it.
He's got his mouth clenched on the other edge of the bridge.
Yeah,
so
mouth clenched.
Bark,
and then the other side they have the tail tied to like a tree.
Tied to something.
The whole town's going across.
He never forgives them.
Yeah. Well, there's that Clifford where he saves the day where they're like...
there is.
Yeah, just one. All the other ones he gets there just a moment too late.
God, another tragedy. Caused and not stopped.
That boy drowned in the peanut butter. If only.
If only someone had been there.
Clifford would have been here. What else could Clifford do? It would all just be boys. Oh, that boy was stuck in a stuffed toy.
Clifford chewed him out.
Clifford could have saved the day. There's a fire. Oh.
Clifford could have pissed on that.
Yeah, that is actually a book.
Is it? Clifford pisses on
Well,
me?
it's there's a fire.
I think they do make Clifford books for adults then.
And then Clifford, this might have been a Playboy comic.
Might have read this in Hustler.
But it's Clifford, and they're like, oh, there's a fire, so all the firemen just jump, they hold on to Clifford. And then it's just 3 firemen holding his giant penis.
Giant red rocket.
And just aiming it towards a house.
Now put that away, buddy.
Okay. We did it, everybody. It's Clifford's got his mouth on a fire hydrant. And then his penis is they're all holding.
That's the hose.
That's my one panel Marmaduke.
Dirty Marmaduke.
Dirty Duke.
Dirty Duke.
Times Man of the Year should just be like
a microphone.
No, you know how they're like sometimes it'll be like the whistleblowers.
Yeah.
It should be Joe
and his boys.
And then you got Joe Rogan, Joe Biden.
Joe Budden.
Joe Biden. Some guy, his name's Joe Mama. They find a guy named
Plumber Joe or whatever.
Joe the Plumber's coming back.
Joe the Plumber's making a comeback.
We're gonna clean the shit out of the system.
It's just him in the White House. Like, Trump had a lot of diarrhea. You guys
There's a lot of poop in here.
A lot of poop in this
That executive bedpan idea wasn't so bad.
Going around real fast
Hell
with
yeah.
a banana peel.
A go-kart.
What about a stow cart?
That's what...
And I black out all the windows.
I saw a car like that.
Did they swerve?
It's been long enough that we should rehash this concept. But I did legitimately I was in a parking lot somewhere the other day, and there was a Dodge Neon that was like very painted black. Like the windows seemed to be like the darkest tint possible, and there was something going on where literally the lights were painted over.
This was a man that apparently this is a way that someone was running drugs. Was that they had a car?
Well, it's the best way to run drugs.
What's the best Vice? Vice, I'm pitching you.
Vice.
Vice, this is my audio pitch.
Shane Smith is our producer.
I'm gonna just send Vice in this episode of the podcast. You'd be like, fast forward to 57 minutes. I got a great idea.
We got a good bit.
So you get a car and you black it out totally, tinted windows, painted black. You black out the lights too.
Yeah.
And then you drive.
You have no idea how low on gas you are.
You can't see anything.
Fucking.
You wear night vision goggles and you drive.
You tune the radio based on feel.
You wear night vision goggles and you drive real fast.
You go as fast as possible.
Because that's quiet.
Yeah, you go at night fast.
Fast in the dark.
In the dark.
And you got your night vision goggles on, so you can still see. Except every time there's oncoming traffic, and then you're immediately blinded. Probably for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Also, not to mention other cars on your side of the road.
You immediately get into an accident.
Yeah. This is a very funny plan, because it's like, obviously it's not going to work.
No.
But it is fun to, you can picture it on like a highway or like a desert road where there's like no stopping.
Yeah.
But it's fun to imagine it in just like small town Iowa or like Indiana, where you're on some highway where every 2 miles there's a red light.
You're blowing through them.
Zipping. Every once in a while stopping.
You got your police scanner on.
You're going through a 24-hour Burger King. They're like, we don't see you.
Can't see you.
You're like, just hold the fucking bag out.
Hold it out.
I love that concept, man, because it's like, it's if you get, it's not like a foolproof plan.
You don't say.
But also, it's like, if you get caught, what's
the crime?
No, but what is your like
defense?
Yeah, what is your, oh, sorry, officer, I was late for work.
Yeah, because if you're just driving really fast, they might not search your car.
No.
But if you're wearing night vision goggles, and everything's blacked out illegally.
You're a cop, and you're just like in the middle of nowhere, like pulling over some guy speeding. You walk up to the car. He says night vision goggles.
Hello, officer.
Here's my ID. My proof of insurance.
Here's registration.
Do you know how fast you were going? Actually, I painted over the
no idea,
speedometer.
Sir. No idea at all. Couldn't tell you.
I needed to be pitch black in here.
Is there a reason for that, sir?
Do you have a warrant? You're being very cooperative until the cop's like, why is your rear view mirror painted black?
I should have done that.
I would like to see my lawyer.
I should have done that at my old job when a lot more cops
Painted every
in.
car, painted your whole body black, and run really fast through that.
No, when a lot more cops used to come in to eat, they'd be like, table for 3. I should have been like, you got a warrant?
Is getting a big stack of pre-signed warrants, is that like the equivalent of like, hey, my dad's a doctor and
That's
I
just
stole
what they
his
do
prescription pad?
That's what they do before the state fair, man. Big old copy of pre-signed warrants.
Pre-signed warrants. No, but like the way that you'll have like some teenager steals their dad's prescription pad,
Yeah,
and they make a bunch of you just got some cops like, I stole a bunch of warrants off the mayor's desk.
They're blank. I can put in whatever I want.
Dude, we can do whatever we want.
The night is young, man. Let's do this.
Yeah, no, the governor wants me to pull over these teens.
Let's go investigate a liquor store, huh, folks? Then maybe a Taco Bell later.
Do cops ever confiscate fake IDs and then they're like, who made this? I'm trying to get my kid drunk. shit's cool.
Normally I wouldn't confiscate this, but you look a lot like my 17-year-old son, and I've been looking to take him out.
I'm trying to go. He loves comedy.
I want to get him a lap dance.
The club in town won't let him in. Yeah, is there ever like a VPN ad where their spokesman is like
Jared. If only I'd had.
If only I had NordVPN.
I'd still be holding my pants out like this. Now they just fit again. Prison made me fat.
It fit because prison won't give me loose pants because they're afraid I would kill myself.
$5 footlongs got a whole different meaning in prison.
Yeah, in prison, because they're worried about people committing suicide and stuff, they
won't give them zoot suits.
they won't give them
Bring it
zoot
full
suits.
circles.
You're some 1930s jazz guy. You're like, God damn, can I at least have a big hat?
How am I gonna hang
You
myself
turned
with
your
a hat?
mattress into a big hat.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm using the plunger as a feather. I look the nines, Ace. The sporting life. No, in prison they won't. If you're real bad, society takes away your right to commit suicide.
It's true.
It's
true.
You get in there, and if you behave,
Will you behave? Maybe one day we'll let you kill yourself.
yeah. You get in there, no belt for you, sir. You've been a bad boy.
I was watching this episode of the X-Files, and there's like a guy gets the.
You're talking to your lawyer.
I'm talking-
We think we can make a plea that they'll let you kill yourself.
I think if we could put 2 years of good behavior behind you.
They'll probably let you have a bunch of aspirin.
No, but it was this thing, and so he gets the death penalty, and he says he's gonna reincarnate himself and kill 5 people who wronged him while he was in prison. You know,
This is on the news?
this was on the X-Files.
Oh.
Not the news at all. Literally could not be farther away from the news.
The news doesn't report a lot of people's wacky visions and schemes.
And so
The man was electrocuted today, but before he had this to say.
So the warden just starts killing people, and he's like, well, that's 5 dead people. I guess the list is over.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I got nothing more to worry about.
That would be cool to be a warden.
Sure, man.
You big old white hat.
Well,
See, the thing about the warden, he wears the white hat. But
he's
not
a
all
bad
good
guy.
guys wear white.
Not all good guys wear white. Not all bad guys
Be bad guys.
be bad guys.
I thought you guys would applause after the the hat part. Abe Lincoln's doing a speech, and it's not hitting. He's like, 4 score, which is 220 years. So I'm describing the start of the country for the dummies in the back.
Does no one understand mathematics here?
Not a math field.
Ooh, I guess Gettysburg doesn't care about math, huh?
I guess
I guess here in Gettysburg they don't know anything about math.
when I
do
was in the
they?
back of the train in Portsmouth, they...
All right, let's wrap this up. We
Yeah.
got
So next week we'll have comedian Echo on the premium
Echo.
episode.
If either of us can remember his real name or the name of the TV show that he...
This is supposed to be a premium hotel. It looks like a goddamn premium hotel. It's fucking jizz everywhere.
Jeez.
He does, and when one of the shots I told you last time that they always show his ass getting into the bath or the shower.
Yeah.
This last one they had him soaping his ass.
That's hot.
It's a
Which
shot.
episode was that?
I don't know, but it's very funny that it's like, how has that not been a scandal?
Of Gordon. Well, because Gordon Ramsay's a good man.
But Gordon Ramsay makes a camera operator come in.
I bet he picks a man that he trusts.
All right.
That he trusts.
He's a sous chef. Talking about
He
a
makes-
sous chef.
He makes the owner film that part.
Is that ever a thing? Someone's like, sous chef? I'm gonna be a sous chef if you don't fucking start treating me with respect. There's semen all over the bed sheets. Some of that's my blood.
Listen, you can't say it's all semen.
Just
Blood and semen turn the
one
same.
of the line cooks is there bleeding from his arm. Do you think he's ever had to go to a hotel hell and he's like, he flips on the green light,
Green light.
the UV, and he's like, look, there's blood all over here, and it's dripping in a pattern to the hallway, and oh my god, your sous chef's a vampire. And then it cuts to commercial.
And it never comes back.
Previously, we learned why no one pays when they leave the checkout of the hotel hell. Is that really the best take we have?
According to the editing room. I have to have done something better than that.
No, they have a different guy that does the voice.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Tonight on Hotel Hell. No one's fucking here. Gordon takes things into his own hands.
By fucking the owner in the ass.
We're gonna spice it up. You and me are gonna make out in the lobby.
We're gonna get people all sexed up before they get in the room.
Get the juices flowing, man.
You gotta get them pumped up.
Serve the mashed potatoes in 2 big lumps.
Put some peas on the top. Make it look like nipples.
Couple little peas.
Make the gravy the cum.
Crack a pepper. A circle up top.
Little pubic hair. Make it hot, Sonny.
Alright, everybody subscribe to Kitchen Nightmares on
the
YouTube.
Kitchen Nightmares, their titles are really funny.
Whoever's doing the thumbnails.
They got a great job. They're doing a great
It's
job.
awesome, man.
Hotel Hell, also good.
Gordon is served poop on a leaf, and poop on a leaf is capitalized. And then the photo is Gordon going, he's just dabbing. There's one where I keep thinking the thumbnail is Gordon dabbing, but it's him like hiding.
Vomiting.
Yeah, it's him like hiding his face. But the thumbnail, I keep expecting it to be like, Gordon, here's the Dishwasher's new album. You're like,
Gordon loves the Dishwasher's new mixtape,
Yeah.
but hates his beef Wellington.
we're 45 minutes into service. Gordon is teaching everyone how to do the worm in the walk-in. This time you don't get sweaty, man.
Still no plates have gone out. But MC Beefy Wellington.
I always love when Gordon does the whole like, it's been 45 minutes, no plates are gone out, and then he's like, I ran to the grocery store next door and I made fucking burgers and I already sent them out.
So, well, you could have told us.
It's like, that's Gordon's move. He just keeps like unplugging the fryer and then he's like, I'll be back. I love making burgers. And then Gordon's like, I'm going to make my own burgers. And then the owner of the restaurant's like, fuck him. And then he runs into the kitchen. He's like, I'm going to make even faster, smaller burgers that will come out before Gordon's burgers.
I'm going to make burger apps.
And then at the end, Gordon's like, that's what I was trying to get you to do.
I was trying to get you to hustle,
I was trying to light a fire under you. And then behind Gordon, you see a bunch of burgers that are like going
on fire. Oh, fuck me. I've lit a fire in my own ass.
Gordon, it looks like your kitchen crashed.
He's clever, this one.
Well, that's some show that I was watching.
That's more like a pirate.
Yeah, what the
than
fuck?
Oh. Oh.
Your hardtack is too soft. That'll never hold on a journey.
You ain't been keeping up with the rum rations, ain't you? Alright, yeah, so Kitchen Nightmares, Hotel Hell.
Well, there's a show now where do you know the show where he goes to the place?
Yeah.
It's real bad. It's like,
It's the most vague description of anything. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah.
Every show.
It's him pretending to be Anthony Bourdain a little bit too much. I only saw like 2 episodes, but it's him. He goes to like a place where he goes to the bayou,
Yeah.
And then he learns about food.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, at the end of this, me and this Bayou guy are going to have a food cook-off.
And his sucks all the time.
His always sucks.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to cook Cayman.
No.
He's like, oh, I cooked...
But why should he?
Because he was hanging out. That'd be great at the end of each episode, Gordon loses, but then he turns to the camera and he's like, so what this proves is cooking is hard.
Hard work. That's why I get paid so much.
That's why I'm the king. I swear I didn't just burn a bunch of gator.
I swear I didn't ruin this guy's gator.
All of these homeless men in Tulsa. Tonight, Gordon learns how to make rust stew. The bolts are too salty.
Them rocks is too soft.
Yeah.
This orange ain't hot enough.
Hey.
All right, that's enough of that.